Are you struggling with narrative writing? Or do you want to improve on your writing skills to increase your score? My name is Miss Wee, and welcome to English Step by Step. Today we will be doing narrative writing 1, because I'm planning on doing a series of videos based on narrative writing. So remember to subscribe so you get notified. Before we start, we want to look at the mark scheme so that we know what the examiner is looking for. For content and structure, the highest level is level 6, and you get 14 to 16 marks if you're able to accomplish this. So write content that is complex, engaging, and effective. And structure should be secure, which means that your plot is well defined. And this is basically what I'm going to be doing with you today. There should be elements of fiction writing, such as description, characterization, and effective climax. You should also have well-chosen vocabulary and varied sentence structures. So this is one of the structures for narrative writing. The first paragraph would be the beginning or introduction, exposition, opener, or orientation. So different teachers may use different terms. The next paragraph would be the build-up or rising action, complication, incident, or inciting incident, or rising tension. The next paragraph is the climax. And then you have resolution or falling action. And finally, the ending. This is an alternative structure. There are more alternative structures, but I will only be showing you one. So the first paragraph would be the beginning or introduction, followed by inciting incident, and then the build-up or rising action. And notice that the climax is in the fourth paragraph, not the third. And then we have the resolution/ending. However, this is the structure that I will be doing with you today, with climax in the third paragraph. So we have beginning, build-up, climax, resolution, ending. In the first paragraph, we will introduce the main character and the conflict they face, describe the setting, and provide any necessary background information. In the build-up paragraph, we will escalate the conflict. Tension increases as the challenges become more complex. And then in the climax, we have the height of the conflict. This is the most intense, exciting, or important part of the story. It's the moment of greatest tension. And then for resolution, we will resolve the conflict. The story moves towards the conclusion, and the outcome of the conflict becomes clear. In the ending, the story concludes with a final reflection and provides closure for the characters and the reader. So this is what the story arc looks like. The story begins at the beginning, where the conflict is introduced. So the tension rises. At the build-up, the tension escalates and intensifies until it reaches a climax. And then the tension goes back down, and we reach a resolution, and finally the ending. So this is only one type of story arc. If you search the internet, you will find many different types of story arcs, including these. But for simplicity's sake, we will stick to this one today. So I have written a story based on this story arc. So this is my story. The title is A Second Chance. I have 5 paragraphs. So beginning, build up, climax, resolution, ending. In the quaint, sun-drenched town of Cherating, nestled by the restless sea, a young writer named Anya was grappling with the weight of unfulfilled dreams. She longed to follow in the footsteps of her late father, whose words had once danced across the page with grace. Yet her aspirations seemed as distant as the stars that twinkled mockingly above her each night. One stormy evening, Anya wandered home after visiting her parents' graves. As she hurried through the narrow streets, she stumbled upon a peculiar antique shop. Drawn by it, she stepped inside. Among the dusty relics, a vintage typewriter gleamed. Its brass keys shimmered faintly, and its body held a mystical charm. It reminded her the of the one her father had cherished before the flames consumed their home and his life. Anya hesitated. She counted the bills in her purse, barely enough to cover rent. Yet it was impossible to walk away. With a heavy sigh, she purchased the typewriter. That night, as the rain drummed against her window, Anya sat before the typewriter, anticipation tingling in her veins. But as she began to type, something extraordinary happened. The typewriter seemed to possess a will of its own. Her fingers, as if enchanted, moved with speed and fluidity. The words that appeared on the page were not the ones she had intended. They were far more eloquent, rich with emotion and depth. It was as though the typewriter itself was guiding her hands, unlocking a hidden reservoir of creativity. Startled, Anya remembered her father's words spoken long ago. When you are in your element, the words will flow like a river, unstoppable and pure. Let them free, my dear. She had never truly understood what he meant until now. The typewriter clicked and clacked. She surrendered to the process, allowing the story to unfold. As the days passed, Anya found herself entranced by the words that poured forth, and when the novel was finally complete, she was astonished to find that it was her own story, the one she had once deemed unworthy of telling. It was raw, honest, and achingly beautiful. With trembling hands, she submitted the manuscript to a publisher, expecting rejection, but when the response came, she could hardly believe her eyes. The publisher was captivated by her work, offering an advance that surpassed her wildest dreams. The book, her book, was soon gracing bookstore shelves. Anya's life was now a testament to the power of persistence. The typewriter had given her a second chance, not just at writing, but at life itself. And in every word she wrote, she could still hear her father's voice guiding her. So here we have the beginning paragraph. So here we introduce the main character, Anya, the young writer. We've also introduced the conflict, which is that her aspirations seemed as distant as the stars. And then we have the setting, which is the sun-drenched town of Cherating. We also have background information, which is that she longed to follow in the footsteps of her late father. Now, in bold, I have descriptive devices. So here it's a personification. Here is some advanced vocabulary, and this is personification again. So if we look at the mark scheme, we will see that I have characterization and description, and I have used some advanced vocabulary. Now we have the build up. Here we have to escalate the conflict and make the challenge become more complex. So she barely had enough to cover rent, and yet she spent her money on the typewriter. And again, in bold, I have descriptive devices. So this is descriptive language. and I have advanced vocabulary and also different sentence structures. Here I'm using a very short sentence followed by a semicolon. Now we have the climax, the part of the story that is intense, exciting, and important. So here, the typewriter seemed to possess a will of its own. So that creates greater tension and curiosity. So here I have some more advanced vocabulary and then also a metaphor and personification. Now the resolution where the story moves towards a conclusion. So the conclusion is that she managed to complete her novel. Now I have used some direct speech here. I have used different sentence structures with a dash here and here. I've also used a triad or a triplet or the pattern of 3, raw, honest, and achingly beautiful. Finally, we have the ending. Okay, so we have closure for the characters and the reader. Here, the publisher was captivated by her work, so her book will get published and sold in bookstores. And then we also have a final reflection, which is the power of persistence. I have also used the words from the title, A Second Chance. And something else I've done is I have looped this story back to the beginning where she mentioned that she wanted to be like her father. Then we have repetition here, the book, her book. We have again different sentence structures with a dash. So I think we've covered pretty much everything here. We have a complex, engaging, and effective story where the structure is secure, the plot is well defined. We have all the 5 parts of the story arc. We have plenty of description, some characterization, an effective climax, plenty of vocabulary, and also varied sentence structures. So we should be able to get a good score. I hope that was useful. I plan on doing more videos on these things, but my next one will probably be literary devices that you would need to use in narrative and descriptive writing. So please remember to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the videos. I also have some older videos, and here are some of them. This is how to evaluate. This is for question 1 in paper 2. This particular one is on speech writing. I also have article writing from paper 1. The peel technique, which is for question 2C. Summary writing, which is for question 1F. Then we have the writer's effect question for question 2D. And directed writing, which is question 3 in paper 1. This is to help you identify points. Here is some information about my background. If you are interested, please pause to read. And for tutoring, you can contact me here. And if you have questions, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you.